Welcome back to Being to Bushcraft. As you can see, I'm back up at the shelter today, and I'm joined by my dad, who is somewhere. There he is. So we've just started processing some firewood down, and I cleaned out the fire pit, as you've seen me doing there. I'm going to try something new today. I'm going to try and do an upside down fire. The idea of an upside down fire is that you do not need to constantly keep adding wood to it. A fire burns from the bottom up. An upside down fire does what it says. It'll burn from the top downwards. So you stack up your firewood, light a smaller fire on top, and it'll gradually just burn down through the different layers that you've built up, and it means you can spend time doing other things rather than constantly have to keep topping up your firewood. So I'll bring you back once I start to layer the actual fire layup itself, and talk you through what it is that I'm doing. A bit messy here there. Yeah, so I'll bring you back once I start doing that. I'm going to start building up the fire lay now. You see us processing firewood down earlier, and I'm going to start with the thickest bits of firewood first to go on the bottom to create the base layer, and as I work my way up in levels, the thickness of the wood will gradually get smaller. So that's the first layer down, the base layer. We're going to add another layer now, and I'm going to change the direction that the logs are going to lie. And you want to have your logs packed tightly close together. If you were to leave gaps in between like that, the embers would drop in between the layers, and before you know it, your bottom layer would be ignited and you would just have a big fire, which you don't want. The idea there, an upside down fire, is to keep the fire small, controlled, and burn it away gradually. So there you can go. I'm going to start adding my next layer again, and as you can see, each layer, the thickness of the firewood gets smaller. There you can see that's all the layers built up now, and we're just going to create a little bundle on top there for the initial fire. But right in the middle there, what you can see in here is the cotton wool soaked in Vaseline. I've also got a bit of birch bark in there, and piles of thin sticks starting off down at the bottom. There's a pencil thin ones, working our way up in size to create that initial fire, and then once that burns down, it should start to burn down through the layers. So my dad's he's going to light the fire today. It's his first time lighting a fire with a ferro rod, so let's see how he gets on with this. There you go. So we're just going to leave it like that now. You can see how fast that the cotton wool took a spark with the Vaseline on it, which immediately went and lit the birch bark, and then gradually that nasty sticks on top will ignite and then burn down through the layers. So I'll bring you back once the fire's more established and let you know if it was successful or not.
Cozy when you up at the covers really.
Aye. Oh, the heat builds up in here at night. Aye. You can, as soon as you walk out to the door bit there, you can feel it getting cold. Aye. But the heat just circulates around inside here. So you can see that's the fire really established on the top now. Once the twigs should burn down a bit more, you can actually see it when you're closer up. You can see that the top layer, the fire, has now started to burn. So I'm going to let that burn down a wee bit longer, and then probably in fact, while that's burning at that height now, what I might do is get the tripod set up over the fire, get a pot of water on so we can have a coffee, once that's burned down a wee bit more, put the grill across the top of it and you can start cooking some lunch.
Fuel of the nets. They're like dead easy to lift out of my boxes up in the decker. But if you're getting them all loose, then you've got to use a wheelbarrow to use it for carting them forward. But when you're getting them big and stuff, it's a lot better.
Yeah, it's exactly the angle of the thing, right? So the flame actually sits.
I'll show you that. So I went on to decaf.
We've just been sitting there discussing coffee. Now my dad will drink a Dow Egberts, the posh stuff. So I'm afraid he's going to have to do a wee crappy Nescafe sachet today.
It's hot and wet.
The posh coffee is out in the woods. However, you will see some bushcraft channels out there where the guys have got what do you call it? Percolator. Coffee percolators and that are made from the titanium pots. But
No,
I just like a wee sachet. My dad's got the privilege today using the Bean to Bushcraft mug as well.
Is it clean?
Of course it's clean. Well, it's a wee bit posher than the one I'm having. I'm just having the 3-in-1 Nescafe. He'll be having the caramel one. So while that pot's on, the water's going to be boiling. This is what I'd show you. The first layer, you can see charred and burning on top there, and it is now dropped through, and the second layer has started to burn. So there's still the third and fourth, and that's been lit for how long would you say now, Dad? Half an hour?
Half an hour tops.
Half an hour tops. So you can see that that's going to burn for, I don't know, a few hours, I would say. We have had to take some of the smaller stuff and just top it up every now and then again on the top there, just to keep it going. But yeah, I'm liking the idea of the upside down fire. So that's got a coffee now. In fact, that's too hot to drink yet for me. So I put the grill over the fire now. And we're going to start making lunch. For lunch we'll be having steak slice square sausage with cheese on it, and I'll probably melt the cheese a wee bit. You want it melted?
Why?
I want it melted on some rolls, and as usual I'll be cooking it on my TF grill. So I'm just going to get started on that now.
With the price of I think Mum tell you the gas bill for our 3-month gas bill. Well, we've done it with the oven when we've been in the lodge.
Aye.
And that's usually when your oven on all day, so there's plenty of people love them.
Just hope as I'm using the flip. Throw it in there. Right there, aye, they're a bit done now.
No bad, man.
In fact, I would call them done. Oh Christ, oh aye.
Definitely.
Okay, one burnt one each in.
Right.
Burnt them so that bad with the cheese on it, can't taste the burnt them.
And being the bigger roll, and the cheese going round the bit, I didn't get an empty bit of roll anywhere.
That's us all packed up. We've had our lunch. Before I go, I'll extinguish that fire properly and head out here. So I'm just going to wrap the video up now. So if you haven't already, could you subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and leave me a comment. And most of all, thanks for watching, and make sure you join me in the next one. See, trying not to make eye contact with the camera as well, trying not to look at it. Let's see.